Hello. Somebody emailed me on YouTube asking me if I could do a video with all of my kind of pointy-like shoes and to show my ballet pointe shoe, Demi pointe shoe journey in a way. So yeah, I've obviously got my satin normal ballet shoes, but I'm not gonna use those because, you know, they're normal ballet shoes and they're not very exciting. These are my Demi pointe shoes. They look very much like a pointe shoe, well, sort of. To somebody that hasn't ever seen a pointe shoe before, you would think they're a pointe shoe. Well, I did anyway, because I'm an idiot. And I thought when I first got them that my teacher just got it wrong and gave me pointe shoes. But the two main differences are they only have a half box in comparison to the pointe shoe, and they also don't have a shank. So they're like not meant to be as floppy as these are, because mine are just really dead and they're like flapping about everywhere. Yeah, they're not meant to be as soft, but they don't have a shank in them, so they are softer than a pointe shoe. A lot of people have been confused with my Demi pointe shoe video, because they've been like asking, oh my god, like what are they for? Should I be using them? The answer to that is no, they're not like critical to be used. You don't have to use them if you want to go on point. They just help, and my teacher personally thinks that you should be using them. Doesn't matter if you haven't used them, doesn't mean that your feet aren't going to be any less strong. It's just some people just do it differently, like we have. The point of them is to just strengthen your feet gradually. So, for example, when we first got them, we only did a couple of exercises at the bar with them, and then gradually did it more. Sorry, my ripper was like spinning my face there. Gradually did some at the bar, and then did all the exercises at the bar, then worked them into the centre, then got to the extent where we weren't actually using these. We weren't actually using our normal satin shoes and just using these to make sure our feet were really strong. They also kind of get you used to working to the inside of a pointe shoe, if you know what I mean. Pointe shoes box is very, very, very confined. Your feet are kind of squished, and so using a Demi pointe shoe for normal ballet will just get you used to working in what feels like a pointe shoe. So yeah, they're all good. These are really, really, really dead. But as you can see, these are completely dead. I can just basically morph it into any shape that I want, and I can bend that, and you know, there. I used these for about a year and a half before going on point, and then I stopped using them because I was strengthening my feet through point anyway, and my feet wanted to be in a nice feeling flexible ballet shoe, as opposed to one of these after using point shoes during point work. Not making sense, it's all good. But yes, these are Demi pointe shoes, and then I got these in like August 2008, and then I got my first pointe shoes in, I think it was February 2010. So I basically had about a year and a half of using them. Okay, using Demi pointe shoes before I went on to point. I'm just trying to find my other. Oh, where are you? Yeah, these are ones. This is my first pair of pointe shoes. Oh yeah, my Demi pointe shoes are also size 4.5 and X. X is the width. There's a hair on there, that's disgusting. First pair of pointe shoes, they're all Grishka 2007s by the way, because I like Grishka 2007s and my ballet school uses Grishka 2007s, so yeah. These are a size 4 and XX, so my feet have got shorter and fatter, apparently. But yeah, no, this is my first pair. They're pretty dead now. Like, the shank, obviously these have a shank, so they're not going to be as flappy as the other ones. Floppy, not flappy. And, yeah, I shouldn't be able to bend that as much, and they're also dead there. Like, that's not supporting me at all. If I were to use these and dance, then my foot would go straight through to the bottom, and I'd touch the floor, and it'd be incredibly uncomfortable to dance in, and it'd be very bad for your feet. Not that pointe shoes aren't bad for your feet anyway, but just, you know, on a more colossal scale. So yeah, I'm not using these anymore. With regard to breaking these in, I did bend them. My teacher said that it would help me along with breaking them in, so this is why they look so bent. Well, also I did dance them. There are kind of pros and cons to do with breaking them in, using your hands. A pro would be the fact that they're breaking quicker and you can dance on them more quickly, if you know what I mean. And it means you don't have to do as much work through your feet. But it's also bad because it means that, whoa there, sorry, that they're gonna die more quickly as well. These are dead. They lasted me for about a year, which isn't too bad, but bearing in mind the fact that I wasn't using them completely regularly, like not every single Saturday for an hour. I did have, like, obviously we had like end of term and stuff, and we did performance work and exam work, so there were times we weren't actually using them. But yes, that's my first pair of pointe shoes. My second pair are exactly the same make, exactly the same size, just obviously newer and nicer looking and less dead. Pardon me. I got these about October 2011, so I've had them for about a year, but because I've given up the lesson that we do point work in now, because it's been moved to the middle of the week and I don't know if I can do that yet. So I haven't actually used these for a long time. I think I've only actually used them for about 2 months of this year, like regularly, which is not good, because I've had all sorts of things going on really. So these are about 2 months old, if you know what I mean. Slightly broken in, not massively. Haven't been mending them with my hands because I don't want to make the same mistake with those ones and break them in too quickly so they die quickly. Broken in here a bit, but not to the extent that I'm unsupported. Like, I can't feel the bottom at all, which is perfect and makes me feel more comfortable when I'm dancing. And so yeah, these are my pointe shoes, my second pair, which are beautiful, and they're quite comfortable to dance in still, which is always good. When I'm using my pointe shoes, I use various padding to help my feet from dying, stop my feet from dying. I use surgical microporous tape, which you can just get from Boots, on my big toe and my little toe. You can wrap it around the spot of your foot if you want to, but I don't. Sorry, I'm comfy like this. And again, I also use these little toe sock things, which are jelly on the inside, if you can see. And you just wrap those around your big toes. You can get them for your little toes depending on what hurts you when you're using your pointe shoes. Personally, my big toes are the only things that really hurt. Occasionally my little toes, which is why I use microporous tape on them. But yeah, apart from that, I use these. And I also use these random little gel pads, which are literally just jelly again, which are kind of the shape of the bottom of the pointe shoe. And you just slot those in, and they just protect your feet again and make them feel more cushioned when using a pointe shoe. You could argue that they're not really necessary because the bottom of your toes shouldn't be touching the bottom of your shoe to the extent where it's painful. But it's just in case your toes do touch the bottom, and it's just gives them a bit of extra cushioning. Like, they shouldn't be touching the bottom where it's really painful anyway, because that means that your shoes are either dead because they've been this bit's been made soft, or it means that you've got the wrong size and they're too big for you. Again, with drawstrings with your pointe shoes, the person that fitted me said they shouldn't really be necessary. If you're needing to use the drawstrings to tighten your pointe shoe, you've got the wrong size. They shouldn't be too loose that you have to rely on your drawstring. They should just feel perfect, and that you're being supported here without needing to tighten the back of the shoe. Or if they keep falling off, and you need to use a drawstring for that, I would suggest not using a drawstring because it can cut into the back of your foot and make it more uncomfortable for you to dance in. You could just get an elastic, a bit of elastic like you would for your satin pointe shoes, and sew along there, so that your shoe actually stays on, and it also provides a bit more support as well, so it might make it more comfortable for you to dance in. You could even use, I think some people use, like, you just spray it with water, and that tends to help it stick to your tights. On your tights, not your pointe shoe, because that could kill your pointe shoes, but yeah, there are different ways of doing it. And yeah, that's about it, that's all I can really think of saying. So those are all my pointe shoes, and yeah, I hope this is informative.